is expected that there will be a low turnout, and one of the reasons is that public interests have not changed and on the policies such as the economic recovery and social welfare, and of course there's childcare as well, but none of the parties have given a convincing debate on that, and it does not inspire young voters for the turnout, as they themselves have unclear future and do not know whether they would receive an adequate welfare when they get old. And also with the nature of this upper house election, only competing for the half of 245 seats in the upper house, which makes a little difference in the direction of the political environment, unless the opposition and the ruling parties have a close balance. However, for Prime Minister Shinzo Abe, this is a very important election. He's looking for about 60 seats between the two ruling parties, which makes them to hold a clear majority in the upper house, and for Shinzo Abe to accelerate his move towards constitution revision. And with the low turnout, which works in favor of the ruling parties who has organized votes, it is likely that he will reach around that number, close to 60 or around the 60.
Terrence Shima there. Now let's take a quick look at what's at stake during this round of parliamentary elections in Japan.
On paper, it may seem like it's not a big election. In Japan, like in many other countries, the upper house wields less power. But what's at stake is the geopolitical presence of the country. To understand why, let's first take a look at the numbers. The number of councillors in the upper house increased by 3 this year, up to 245. 124 of those are up for grabs. Now, Abe's ruling bloc, made up of the Liberal Democratic Party and the Komeito, holds 70 uncontested seats. To keep a simple majority, they'll need to win 53. Putting that in context, during the last round's elections in 2016, they locked down 69 seats. Abe's only expressed interest in winning a majority, but his policy goals require much more. During the campaign and throughout his time in office, he's pushed for a constitutional reform that would allow Japan to maintain and command a military. In order to do this, he'll need a 2/3 majority. Japan's constitution requires support of 2/3 in both houses to pass a constitutional amendment, and Abe's ruling bloc already has that in the lower house. It only requires a simple majority in a national referendum after that to go into law. The ruling bloc's not alone in supporting this amendment. Together with Japan's Innovation Party and independent councillors, they'll need 85 seats to secure that 2/3 majority. Timothy Ulrich, CGTN.